Wow, I just want to share with you how all of a sudden these zucchini plants are looking great. They're in a container and a little crowded compared to what's normally recommended, but I don't think it's going to hurt them much. It's a big container and I've kept them fertilized. Every weekend I do a light feeding of liquid fertilizer. These are mostly male flowers. Aren't they so pretty? But it's the female flowers that produce. And look at that. So I hope I get some more. You can kind of tell early on which ones are going to be. See that one? It's like got the start of a fruit. And when this opens up, hopefully the pollen will touch and pollinate so that it can develop into a zucchini. So very excited about that. I'm going to show you my peppers. I'm super excited about these as well. Okay, this one, look at that, it needs to be propped up. They don't always need staking. It's not always necessary. They tend to grow pretty upright, but there was a lot of wind the other day, and so I'm gonna need to get some little sticks and prop them up. But look how bushy they are. Now I topped these off, which basically means you prune them at the top. You just trim the top part and then they regrow. They usually get like in here, you see this thickness of the leaves are coming out of, what kind of looks like the armpits, like you have your main branch and then you have branch coming out and then growth coming out the middle. And we usually prune those off with tomatoes, but with peppers it seems to really help them put on a lot more blooms and peppers. And so what I'm going to do is take you over to the side of my house and show you a couple of non-pruned peppers in a less sunny location so you can kind of see the comparison, and then I'll come back to these. So now you can see what these look like. Part of the issue is probably location, but the pepper plants all started out looking like this. One single stem growth growing up, and then they start getting a few blooms right at the top, and those become peppers, and they can eventually start to branch out, and I've had some that do it before. But what I did with those other ones back there was I just basically took the topmost part of the leaves, especially if there were blooms on it while it's really small like this, and I just used my fingernail and pinched it right off, and within a couple of weeks they bushed out. Let's go look at those other ones again. Okay, so as you can see, these peppers are bushing out, especially these ones over here. Look at that little pepper there. These are my jalapenos, and then over here are my poblanos. Look how bushy that is, and they just look so good. I put marigolds in here to kind of create diversity, and it cuts down on some of the pests. It's not like a pest-free solution, but it helps so much with hornworms and such, because they tend to not be as attracted to the plant with other smells near them, and marigolds are a pretty strong fragrance. So yeah, if you want to know more about pruning these peppers, I didn't have time to do like a tutorial or anything this year because I've got a lot going on, but go check out Black Southern Gardening on YouTube. My friend Scott over there does a really good job with this, and he's got a couple of good videos about pruning or pinching off or whatever you want to call it. And I just wanted to share that I've tried it the last 2 years, and this year I'm really seeing the results, and I've been surprised how quickly I've seen the results. So I'll put a link in my description box. Go check out his video, and there's a few other good ones on YouTube as well. But yeah, I'm excited. Look at, there's so many blooms on this, and we're going to be moving, and so I'll have to start gardening somewhere else in the months to come. but I think I'm gonna get a good pepper harvest before we leave, and that's pretty awesome. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I think I'll just take a look around and show you a few more plants in my garden before closing this video. Okay, I really love this planter. I have a tomato plant, basil, and marigold. These are all compatible companions. They grow very well together. They don't compete at all, and they actually help each other out. The basil and the marigold puts off a lot of fragrance, and then the tomato tends to have less pests. I'll have to watch out for the squirrels still. And when it comes to pruning this, I haven't done very much. All I've done was I wanted this stem to get really thick, and in the past I've always had skinny tomatoes. I haven't always been too great about this, but I'm having some success this time around. And basically everywhere where I see it branch out like this, whenever there's a new little growth coming out of, it looks like an armpit to me. It's how I remember it, because for the longest time I couldn't remember how to determine which ones were the suckers and to clip out. And so if I see leaves coming out of the armpit, then I just pinch them off, and other than that I leave it alone. And I've been fertilizing every weekend, and it's growing so nicely, and all my tomato plants are doing like that. Come see over here, I had gotten this small, look at that, hibiscus plant, and we had it somewhere else, and then we had to move it because of what we were doing with our landscape. So this was an experiment. I put one of my extra pepper plants next to it, and this eggplant, and a little marigold. So why did I think these would be good companions? I thought they would be good companions because hibiscus are a plant relative of okra, and okra is a good companion to these two, the peppers and eggplants. So my theory was that, well, if hibiscus is related to okra, and okra grows well next to these, then maybe hibiscus grows well next to these too. So I'm trying it out, and so far everything's looking okay. And I see some buds here, so maybe I'll get some eggplant before we go. And we've got cucumber. These are looking so good. We tend to have a lot of issues with diseases with cucumber, so seeing all of this healthy growth right away is very encouraging. I've been seeing a few little blooms, and that one looks like it could become a cucumber if it will get pollinated, and so that's fantastic. Got another tomato in a grow bag, another tomato in a grow bag. I had some carrots. My daughter picks them before they get big, so there's not very many left, and that's okay. Another tomato, more eggplants, potato in a grow bag, and a hardy kiwi. I don't think I'm going to get to see how this one ultimately does with putting on fruit, but when we were picking out plants, our little one picked this out. She was really interested in it. It's very pretty, but I was interested to learn that there is a hardy variety of kiwi that can stand a light frost, so that's pretty cool, and maybe something I try in the future. Okay, and lastly, these are some extras from the packets that I had. They're in small containers. They don't have as much room to do as much as the plants I have in big containers, but I just thought I'd try them in the small containers because maybe I'll still get a little bit out of them, better than nothing. Maybe give them away, maybe somebody will want to transplant these, so I don't know, but that's it for my little veggie garden here. Hope you like the tour and the pepper pruning tip, and stay tuned because hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be able to post a few more updates on my channel. Thanks for watching.